Welcome to the DaTreeHouse Podcast. I'm your host, Smokey, and he is...
Sojira.
And he is...
Rubber Ducky.
We're going to start this podcast right. It's near the end of VidCon. I think it was you, Dojira, that has a story for this one?
Actually, it was Rubber Ducky over there.
I bet.
That's your story.
About VidCon, not too much happened to me personally at VidCon because I did the night shift.
Bullshit.
However,
You told me you met somebody.
I did meet... I wouldn't say meet. I saw her. I didn't really talk to her. All I did was check out her badge, make sure it was the proper one, and also check her out. But it was Jaden Animations.
Dude, I love her work.
And there was a dude right next to her who I think is probably the odd ones out.
James?
Maybe, probably. I didn't really
Was it
look
blonde?
at him. Might have been.
Okay, close enough. Probably him.
So yeah, it was probably him because they were like together and they were walking away and they came whatever.
She and him straight up said, like, we're not dating, we're just really close friends. Like, I don't know why the community jumped on that, like, immediately started shipping those two.
I mean, from what very little I saw, I saw no romantic interaction
very
between
platonic.
them. Yeah, it seemed like platonic friendship. Like, hey, let's just shoot the shit. But I would say, very cute. Very like she's not like super sexy. Like, oh my gosh, she's so hot. It's like, oh my gosh, she's so cute and adorable.
Right.
And I'm okay with that.
I assume that because you were working and you kept it professional.
I mean, even if when I don't work, I keep it as professional as I can. I can't actually recall any time that I've like freaked the fuck out. Like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm meeting so and so.
Girls' Generation.
No, because I have met Girls' Generation.
There's a video
kept
of
it.
you.
What I meant by
There's a
that,
video of
what I
you
meant
going
by
like
that
that?
was, did you ever let her know that you were a fan?
No.
Okay. Like, I don't mean freaking out. I just mean like, oh hi, I'm gonna break.
I never said a single word to her. All I did was see her coming.
I like.
I looked at the badge, and then I looked at the guy's badge, and then I looked up. I was like, oh, that's Jaden. And then I looked her up and down. I was like, yeah, that's Jaden.
That's definitely Jaden, all right.
And then she went into this little green room area, and then I don't know how much time passed, and then she left. And that's the last I saw of Jaden Animations.
Well, pretty cool.
Did you see anyone?
Yeah, I saw Anita Sarkeesian.
Oh, that bitch.
I kind of wish... Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know these YouTubers, though.
All you need to know is Anita Sarkeesian.
Wait, you
is
don't know
a
Anita Sarkeesian?
feminist
Ooh.
bitch who's ignorant as fuck.
The one who makes feminists look bad.
That's
She's-
every feminist. My bad.
Hey,
That's
how-
every extreme feminist.
She's a feminazi.
Okay.
She's the one that made the video complaining like, why is Mercy like this super skinny like character? Is it because she's a woman? When everyone points out, it's like, no, because she's a healer. She's a high priority. Here's Lucio, same job at healing, same body frame, and she's like, oh, and then there's also like Symmetra. She's like a super like. Why are all these female characters like all these super skinny characters? Like,
What about Zarya?
well, you specifically left out Zarya.
This,
You left out the fact
That's
that
the
Diva's
point.
in a
That's the
mech.
point. Okay.
She had this whole video where she's like, "Oh, Overwatch is unintentionally sexist because first of all, Overwatch had already been out to the point that they had released Ana and Sombra, and she's focusing on like the year before pre-release footage where they're introducing Mercy and Symmetra and Torbjorn.
So you're saying her video is out of date as
her,
it is?
her video is out of date, like right from the get-go because it's using that information. But her whole argument was like, it's like, oh, it's unintentionally sexist because it's introducing the hulking knight Reinhardt, the sturdy engineer Torbjorn, and the agile archer Hanzo. Whereas there's the slim, slender, whatever female Tracer, and then the slim and slender healer Mercy, and then the slim and slender like support Symmetra is like.
Widowmaker somewhere in there?
I mean, those three slim and slender characters you just named have the opposite. They have the male counterpart. There, you have Mercy and you have Lucio, and you have fucking Symmetra. You have Torbjorn, kind of. Torbjorn's just shorter.
They're still using turrets?
Yeah, but it's like every character. You could apply the same to the other side. Here's the muscular knight Reinhardt. Here's the muscular fucking
Tank, Zarya.
here's the muscular engineer Torbjorn. Here's the muscular archer Hanzo. Here's the muscular ninja Genji. The same thing could be applied. It's just you're specifically, Anita Sarkeesian, are specifically choosing to use a wider range of verbs and descriptions for the men, and the same word for the female.
You mean biased?
Yeah, you're biased right there. Because Blizzard did not at all use those words. It just said, here's Symmetra, here's what she can do. Here's Reinhardt, here's what he can do. here's Mercy. Here's what she can do. At no point did they say, oh, here's a slender Mercy. Here's a slender and attractive whatever the fuck. It's like, no. Here's the character. Here's the character. Here's what their role is in the game. That's it.
That reminds me of like one developer who put her game out on Steam, then immediately started shit talking herself without realizing that she did not log out of her admin account.
I remember that.
I thought it was that chick.
Anita? No.
No. It's like it was a different developer who legitimately put out a game and so immediately started shit talking about the development team, which she's a part of, but she didn't realize like she had logged in as her thing and it was posted as her.
Oh
like,
shit!
People jumped on this like you're a developer bashing your own game. Why? Then she straight up came out on YouTube like it's not my fault that the game sucked. I'm just here saying that we as people suck and doing this and it's like what the fuck does it have to do with you forgetting to log in? You badmouth your own game. Do you have problems with that? Like no. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying I'm a feminist. It's like what the fuck are you talking about?
What is that argument?
I vaguely remember that, but I think there was some hint of feminism in there where she's like, she tried to attack like the female side of the development team, but forgot to log out of her like admin account.
Yep.
Which everyone knew was like, oh, here's this female trying to play off like, oh no, it's like all these people, like she's trying to like make it seem like an anonymous user, whatever, is like bad mouthing and like shit talking on like the female developers.
Shit.
But it's the female developer doing that. That's why I believe it's a big deal. I don't exactly remember the full details, but I believe that is what happened.
I vaguely remember something about her forgetting to log in, feminist thing, and she came out on YouTube trying to defend it even worse and calling out some stuff that had nothing to do with you forgetting to log out.
Yeah. So I know 100%. She was part of the game development. She forgot that she was logged in and posted a lot of shit about the game. I don't exactly remember like what feminism had to do with any of that because I don't remember the exact thing she wrote. But I remember feminism being part of the topic discussion. I don't exactly remember why though. I think it was because of the thing I said earlier.
It might have been like the first 5 comments. Somebody pointed out, "This is your username. You're part of the development team. Why did you do this?" Everybody started jumping on the boat. It's like, "You're right. You're part of the team. Why did you do that? We know who you are. This is you forgot to log in." And everybody started jumping on that even more. Like, you forgot to log in, you're bashing your own game. You could have just came out and said, like, hey, we're having problems here and there. Like, not just straight up bashing your own game and pretending to be anonymous about it.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah. Because a proper developer would be like, hey, this is the game. We acknowledge there are bugs. We will work hard to fix them. Because that's what any good developer does.
Like what Gears of War did with 4?
What Gears of War did with 4, they're like, hey, we acknowledge there are some bugs and there's some stuff going on. There's some technical difficulties. We're working on it. Don't worry about it. And it's fixed relatively quickly. If it's something major, like...
And don't forget, they also gave you updates. They straight out said, the beta here is for gameplay. Graphics-wise, we'll fix. But we're not...
This isn't a marketing beta. This is a legit beta. We need your help to determine whether or not shit is OP, shit is not OP, shit is viable, shit is not viable, is the map balanced, and all that stuff.
Did you run into
the
bugs
graphics don't matter to us right now. We can fix that later. What matters is what does the core gameplay feel like to you guys? Is it slow? Is it too fast? Are the nades working? Or are the guns viable? Or is it still just a shotgun fest? We need that information, and that's what this beta's for. But I was thinking more like Overwatch or Gears of War or Halo, or like even Destiny, where they're like, hey, game released, we have some problems, we have some issues, we're working on it, we're going to fix it. Not somebody just saying, yeah, game's a piece of shit. Oh, well.
What do you want us to do about it?
If I can fix it, that's what.
Hopefully.
Like, no prominent developer like Cliffy B, Rod Ferguson, Jeff Kaplan, or any of those people, none of them have released content, and they're like, yeah, shit was fucked. So whatever.
Yeah,
no, they're like,
what do you do about it?
Something
I blame my development team.
Yeah, something unexpected happened that we didn't anticipate, which does happen.
Nothing's ever guaranteed except for problems.
Yeah, like even Jeff Kaplan and another one of the lead people from Overwatch, also named Jeff. But Jeff Kaplan is Jeff. The other Jeff is like Geoff. But they released a video like talking about like the universe of Overwatch and whatnot. Apparently, Roadhog has painted nails, but they're not actually painted.
Are they black?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But that's not painted nails.
What are they?
Dead nails?
Exactly.
Ah.
They didn't say exactly. They just said it's funny how you guys think that those are painted nails. They're not.
Burnt, maybe.
Maybe burnt, yeah.
Or it could be like legit dirt because remember, he's firing scrap. It's
True.
nuts and bolts and shit. Like, I imagine those things get rusty, might be dead, like from just grabbing a satchel full of nuts and bolts and shit.
Yeah.
Sure, but they
sack
confirmed
full of nuts.
it's not
Yeah.
painted nails because somebody like asked them like, who takes the time to paint Roadhog's nails? Like, it's funny you guys think that those are painted nails, but
The response is actually pretty cool.
They talked about like when an update goes live, they're like, yeah, we do some test stuff internally to see what's going on, and then we release it on the PTR, and then when we release it to the live, like for everybody, we are prepared to like immediately put out a patch to like render stuff null and void.
On
and
the
with
forum.
the last patch,
On the
nothing
forum, I got
happened.
something for that. On the forum, there was somebody who like legitimately called Jeff stupid or just like trying to insult him. It's like, I bet you Jeff and the team doesn't actually play Overwatch. He jumped on that. It's like, well, taking aside my current rank, or like I'm probably not even ranked. I do a lot of play testing. I was in the alpha, the beta, and the current one. Probably 0. I mean, I've tested these things for hours. It's not going to be up on screen, but if you want, here's a number.
No, he was like, on my main account, it's like 200 something hours, and that's not counting the amount of time that I've spent in like the beta, in the alpha, in like the pre-testing that never goes public and all that stuff. So that just shut that guy down.
Yeah.
It was amazing. But
Well,
still on Overwatch, apparently there's a rise in hate for Mercy.
yes.
Did you notice that?
I haven't played Overwatch recently.
Is it because people just want
'Cause
to
my
heal
fucking
more
internet
often
right
than she actually could?
No, they hate her just because of like it's to apparently for everybody, including on the forums I've been reading. She's an easy hero, but nobody knows how to play her correctly.
So that's why she's hated?
She's hated because she's a single heal, but she can heal multiple people if she's fast enough. The team does not know how to play conservatively. They want to be the action hero. They're like just to say Genji's out in the middle of fucking combat and he's screaming for heals.
Yeah,
That
normally Genji would say I need healing for sure.
Besides, no, I'm just saying that as an example. Like she's out there in the middle of
I'm just
combat
saying as a joke.
and he's screaming for heals. Like I'm with the team. I'm here for the team.
You may be encountering a different Mercy hate than I have. Not that I've experienced, because like I said, I haven't played Overwatch
I
recently because of
experienced
my
a lot.
shitty
I'm still
internet,
in this
which
fucking
I'll get into.
season.
But the reason that people are hating Mercy right now is because Mercy players, even in like Grandmaster and like Master and all that stuff, and really high diamond, all the way to like bronze or whatever. Apparently, I mean, I don't do this myself, but Mercy players will specifically, like there's a fight that's just about to break down. It's not even that it's going down; it's about to break down, and Mercy's just like gonna go hide and do fuck all. And wait for that big res instead of like staying with the team. Oh, we lost our 2 tanks. Fucking res them. Oh, we turned the tide. No, it's like I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna hide and wait for the team
all of
wipe
them
so
to die.
that I
Wait for
can
the
go do
ults to
that.
go. But that doesn't really work for like Platinum, Grandmaster, or Challenger. I don't know, because if you know the other team has a Mercy, you wait for the wipe. You hold on to the ult until the res. Like they're sitting ducks for like a solid second and a half. Then you activate your ult to wipe them again.
True.
If you were smart. But I've countered as a current support mate. I've encountered both sides of the spectrum where it's like I try and get like the 3-man res. I don't do 2, and people are wondering where the fuck's our Mercy. It's like, oh, I'm waiting for one more person to die, and they run for cover. It's like, okay, res, you just wasted our res. It's like you ran for cover, and we're in the middle of a fight. We took 3 of them down. Everybody still runs. It's like, what are you doing? Or it's the reverse where I'm in combat. I'm with everybody. I'm damage boosting like our DPS. He runs away. It's like, okay, it's a 4v6. Everybody gets wiped. Like, Mercy res. Like, dude, I was the first one that got knocked out of that fight. Like, what do you want me to do? It's like, I want you to res. Like, I can't res when I'm dead. Like, you don't have map awareness, screen awareness, or awareness of the fucking enemy team.
Do you
Why
ever
are you
just
giving me
res
shit?
one person just so that you can survive?
Yes.
I've done that before.
Just so you can hope that they could protect you?
No, just so that I'm invulnerable for those split seconds.
Yep.
Because he's seen that moment where it's like I'm in the middle of a very aggressive fight. He was in my room watching me play. It's like we're on the final point of Numbani, and it is just constant fighting. And it's just like we get a kill, and then they get a kill, and then it's like I res, and then the other Mercy res is like we're just going back and forth, back and forth. There was one moment where it's like I'm healing someone, and I hear the Reinhardt charging,
It was-
and I
it
look,
was- it was
I'm like,
just like the
he's
cartoon.
about to fucking hit me. It's a useless person that's down right now.
It's
I'm
like
gonna
legit-
res, and
no,
he just
no.
goes straight through me.
The best way I can describe it is like you're staring down a train. You're like, all right, who's gonna play chicken? A couple inches away, res, you're ghosted.
Yeah, I'm invulnerable, and he goes right through me.
I see.
Shit.
Like, well, technically, I don't know who won that, but I'm pretty sure it's
We
the
won
Mercy.
that. Oh, I mean, you mean the game or that
The stalemate.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
you won that.
Playing
but
chicken with a
as long as
train.
you win that,
Who
who cares
won?
if you win the match?
Yeah. I in that fight, I think I got my res off like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
And I never died.
You-
And neither did the other Mercy, which is why that fight lasted so goddamn long.
You both healed. You also damage boost at the same time. You also switch your fucking pistol.
I never did that.
Get more charge. No, the other Mercy.
I never noticed the other Mercy. I was busy fucking healing.
You have no screen awareness, just like most people.
I was fucking healing. I'm like, all right, who's needs healing? All right, you need healing. I'm not taking care of the DPS. I'm just like, all right, where's everybody else? Like, I don't care who's shooting. I just care.
I care who's shooting because
I don't care who.
Me.
I don't care who is shooting. I care where am I getting shot from. I don't care if it's a tracer that's shooting me. I don't care if it's a soldier that's shooting me. All I care is that I'm getting shot and from where, so that I can hide. That is how I look at that.
As you said, you don't care who's shooting. It's like, I care who's shooting at me.
It's
If
indifferent.
they're shooting at the DPS, I can care less. If I know there's a Genji, it's like, okay, where is it? I hear shooting stars. It just missed me. All right, I gotta fly away to the next person that's far away. Okay, he's dead. I can res him. I'm almost ready. Like, I just have to quickly jump from person to person.
Yes, but we're talking about the specific fight, and you know that I had very little options to fly to people because it was just a goddamn club. It was a clusterfuck. There wasn't everybody's like in there. It's like two armies going against each other. It's like no, it's two armies like intertwined and like fucking each other. Right?
You mean a mosh pit?
So goddamn mosh pit. But yeah, speaking of mosh
Death and chaos.
Wait, no, not yet. Back to VidCon for a moment because, god damn, okay.
Fuck Anita Sarkeesian.
The fucking panel that I was there for, Anita Sarkeesian, she was there to talk about cyberbullying.
Okay.
Okay.
Very real crime.
And how she was a victim of cyberbullying, which I get it.
You're a YouTuber. You're gonna be cyberbullied.
Yeah,
okay.
She's been through a lot, blah, blah. It was a panel about fucking cyberbullying, and she was calling out some of the people who cyberbullied her. Like, not by name, but she was calling them, like, literal human trash and garbage, and calling some of them fucking cunts, and I'm just like... She was saying that to an audience with a bunch of children, too, by the way.
She straight up became the toxic person.
She became the toxic person at the panel, like, bringing all this up at a cyberbullying panel. It made no sense to me. And I wasn't too sure about her past, but I had to ask a volunteer who was working there. So, hey, I'm Mr. Keezian, what do you know about her? Like, why do people hate her so much? I asked one just because I wasn't sure of the full story. I mean, I knew why Rubber Ducky didn't like her, but it was just Overwatch related. I knew there was more to it than that.
There's more to it. Way more to that.
So I asked her, and basically it was because she's that typical Tumblr feminist who's a bit too extreme. So the feminazi, like I said earlier.
Social justice warriors?
Yes.
She can be. And
she's a terrible mix of feminist, social justice warrior, and Tumblr whore.
The people that say things like,
the millennials that make the rest of us look bad?
The ones that say cis white males, like using those words in a sentence.
Like as derogatory.
She's that kind of woman. And also because apparently she started a Kickstarter to fund a series for LGBT community or something like that. I forgot what community it was for. But either way,
it was for the Attack Apache Chief helicopter.
She got like $30,000 or more, and she said she promised the series was going to come out in 2 years. It has been 5 years since then. She has done nothing with that, so people are mad at her because not only is she all these terrible things, but she kept the money for herself.
I'm surprised GoFundMe didn't start a refund campaign for that.
Yeah, and I had to do security for her, like, on the way in and on the way out to make sure that she gets to her places safely.
Oh, dude.
Which I was worried I was going to get destroyed, or shot, or egged, or something. And funny enough, that panel was originally going to have paper, like notes, where we give the audience so the audience could write things down in the notes. But because she was going to the panel, they canceled that because they knew she was going to get belittled and just terrorized the entire time.
You mean like just straight up spitballed, paper thrown at her?
That or just writing nasty things to her. That's it.
Because in her defense, there are people that go way too extreme.
I
do not like her. I will not listen to her. But if I meet her in like person, like in a not professional setting, because you couldn't say anything, whether or not you agreed with her or disagreed with her or you hated her or you were indifferent, you couldn't say anything because that's your job. You're supposed to be professional. If I ever met her in a real life setting, I wouldn't like yell at her. I wouldn't tell her she's a cunt. I would just like reasonably talk to her. Like,
look, I disagree.
I disagree with your points.
That's it.
This is why I disagree. I think you are very dumb in your things. Like I would never.
I would never attack her. but you are a fucking bitch.
No.
No.
I'm not saying
he did not say that. He did not say that.
No, he said she was dumb, but still.
No. Her reasoning is dumb. Her information is stupid.
Yes.
Her
That's what I'm saying.
herself,
I'm saying
he's not
I'm
attacking
going
her.
to use logic and reasoning to the
course.
best of my ability
He's not
to tell you
attacking her.
why I
He's
think
attacking
that you're
the stuff
dumb.
around her.
Yeah, I'm not telling her
Yeah.
she's a stupid cunt, she's a bitch, she should die, she's whatever. It's like, no. If I meet you, I'm
Of
gonna be
course
like,
not. Of course not.
I've watched your videos on these specific topics. Here's why I do not agree, and here's why I think that your reasoning and your mentality is dumb. And I'm not saying I'm the perfect person in that sense, but I wholeheartedly disagree with you. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to curse at you. But I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to explain why
If
I
you talk to
disagree
her
with you.
in that direction, she's going
wholeheartedly.
to straight up sue you for verbal assault.
You know, she might just take it you're a cis male anyway, and
Yep.
then talk about it on Tumblr or some shit like
No,
that.
the best
She might do that.
She might
Make a
do
YouTube
that,
video.
or do like what most people do when they 100% know they just never going to win this argument. Walk away.
And because you know the whole passing notes thing, it's going to be anonymous.
True.
So of course people are going to be a little extra nasty and not have logical arguments. They're just going to say you're a fucking cunt. You know, the entire
True.
time.
I mean,
No,
yeah.
they're going to do passive aggressive. Like it has to be a question. Why are you such a?
Yeah.
There was actually a video I saw recently where there was this like prominent feminist, like back in the day, but now she's like talk on all these radios and all these TV shows and
Red
everything's
pill?
like, yes, she's the one that made the red pill.
Yes, I knew it.
Where-
I love that video.
Yes, where she used to be like a very prominent feminist and everything until she realized, yeah, I'm not even like when I ask a man about what issues they're going through, I'm not even listening. I'm waiting for them to offend me, and that's a problem. And that's why she left feminism entirely. She didn't leave feminism. She still believes that there's inequality, sure, but
She's
which
gone-
there is in
she's-
certain ways.
She's come from like the extremist side of feminism to the rational side.
to
of
the
feminism.
rational side of feminism.
Yeah, because the extreme side is
Like
always
the
going to make you look
10%
bad.
of
She
all feminism.
she realized why she was wrong, and she also mentioned that once I did that,
No. Her ideal isn't wrong. Her process was wrong.
At its core, feminism is supposed to be the equality of female and man, but it has been just I don't know the word for it. It has
just
been,
like
it
any
has
ideology,
tarnished, perverted,
it-
it has
no.
it has been perverted. It has evolved. It has
Not evolved.
okay, I guess not. It has devolved
Okay.
into fucking just making women superior to men, trying to,
The idea is powerful.
and calling out men and making them look like assholes.
The idea is amazing. It's great. But who are the people executing this?
Correctly.
Nobody.
Correctly.
the way I like to think about it is like it's an ideology that was born out of pure hope, pure truth, and pure justice
I
between
100%
genders.
agree
Just
with
like
that.
communism.
It's like
at
it's like
its core, it sounds legit on paper.
Yes.
It sounds great. But can we execute it properly to make sure this thing's at its full
but that's the
potential?
same with any
No.
ideology.
because people are
Every
assholes.
ideology that begins with
Karl
truth,
Marx.
honesty,
Everybody's evil.
and an actual purpose over time just becomes corrupt. That's just
That is
what
a sad
happens.
reality.
Feminist in
The Nazi symbol still pisses me off.
I don't. That doesn't piss me off because the Nazi symbol is not about Nazism.
No, it's about
about Buddhism.
Yeah, it's superiority. It
The
represents
backwards
power.
The backwards Nazi symbol. Is
no,
about
it's not backward. It's just
No.
tilted.
Whatever. It's just changed a different
That
direction.
entire iconography though is all Buddhist religion.
That's what pisses me off. It's supposed to represent power and strength. Okay, yeah. What happened? Hitler's like, that's a good idea. I'm gonna steal that. Tilt it a little. Yeah, it's mine now.
Now it is power and strength for us.
You can't copyright
Which
that shit.
sucks
It's mine.
because he's tarnished that.
the
That was
fuck?
part of Buddhist.
He has
You're-
tarnished
you're-
the toothbrush mustache. No one else can do it now because I am.
I disagree. Michael Jordan rocked that stash like fucking bro. All right, he rocked it good.
Listen, he was missing a nose. We had to give him something.
Michael Jordan.
Jackson.
I said Jordan.
I heard Jackson.
I said Jordan. Did
No,
I not say Jordan?
Come on and slam.
And welcome to the gym.
Yeah, I'm not saying the rest.
Well,
But
then
yeah,
fuck you then.
yeah, fucking the symbolism, the idea is great, but people can't execute it properly. It's been disrupted. It's been tarnished. It's been
Anything.
yeah.
Our government started with the purest of intentions. These are so that everyone is equal. Here are the rules.
We
And
know-
it's
they-
like what
they-
100, 200 years
Or
later.
again,
it's
they-
corrupt.
Free of Britain.
No, they
their taxes.
future-proof as best they could.
They future-proof as best they could, but it couldn't last. People always got around. There's like, oh, there's this tiny little loophole. Let's make that loophole bigger.
Just don't forget, South Park also did the same thing for faggot. Bundle of sticks.
Yes.
What?
The original term for faggot was a bundle of sticks for firewood.
And now it's for motorcyclists.
From my understanding, faggot is just a cigarette in Britain.
No, that's a fag.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, British, it's a cigarette. Here in the U.S., it's a
Bundle of
apparently-
sticks.
No, that's a fag. Fag here is like the word is completely fucked over.
Come on.
No, I'm legitimately serious.
No, I know you're serious, but you're saying no one says faggot, okay?
Yes.
No one says that. They say faggot.
Yeah.
It means a bundle of sticks.
Yeah, I
The
would
word
agree
is
with
that's a great example for what it is now. Originally, bundle of sticks. What happens now? It represents cigarettes, a derogatory term for the gay community.
It became a derogatory term for the gay community, and now I feel it's just a derogatory.
See, I can't say it either.
A derogatory word for just someone who's being silly or stupid. It is. I don't feel like it's used as much for gays anymore because even gays use it, but not in a way for gays.
True, although...
Like that guy's being a faggot because he's a little, like, prissy boy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, although I don't really hear that
No,
personally.
they
I
change it to
hear
millennials
that
now.
guy's being a bitch.
That too.
Or that guy's just being a jackass.
Bitch and faggot are almost interchangeable now, the way they're used.
I have not
Or
heard faggot
millennials.
in a while.
Millennial too.
I hate like the 90% of millennials now who legit destroy for the rest of us.
Speaking of millennials, oh my
Yeah,
god.
VidCon.
VidCon!
I hear you having problems with kids there.
I had no problems with any.
Just
of it.
crazy days. Every
No,
day.
I did actually.
Every day. Oh, you want to go first? Go ahead.
Mine was just a short one.
Okay.
Go.
Mine's just a short one. I'm in charge of like the back area, like behind the stage area. I'm like in charge of like taking care of like the green room and like making sure, like as far as I've been told by my supervisors and pretty much the event organizers themselves, the only people that are allowed back there have the God pass, this black pass that lets them do anything and they can tell me anything.
Yeah.
All access pass. Like
No,
all
it's
right,
not.
girl.
It's not even an all access pass.
All
It's
right,
it's
girl.
like
I
it
got
is a
all
God
access
pass.
pass.
It's the
They
executive.
can
pass.
go tell me to go they can go tell me to go outside and do something and I have to follow that.
Yeah.
They can escort whoever the fuck they want.
Sir, you seem like you're tired. Would you kindly sit down?
And I would have to listen to them.
Like, okay, sir, I guess so.
whatever someone with that black pass says, I have to do it. That's
to
what I was
be
told.
honest, I would actually do that if I found out like I have to like the all access pass or God of Powers. Like, you seem tired. Do you have to say whatever this batch is? Yes. Are you tired? I can order you to sit down. You can sit down and relax. You know, I would absolutely abuse my power for that.
Maybe, but
You
you would have
asshole.
to get to that point. But
Damn, I have to sit down and relax because this guy ordered me to.
it was pretty much
Damn.
like the only people allowed back there are the people with the God pass, the people with crew, which are pretty much the people setting shit up and like taking care of the monitors and like the mics and all that shit. Like
The
all the
guys under
electronics.
the God pass.
Yeah.
The great pass.
The
It's
setup
like a
crew?
gray pass. They're like just under, and the all access pass or featured creator pass or whatever pass, so long as they had a shiny silver wristband. Like only those 4 badges or the shiny silver wristband are allowed in this general area. That is it. I was told multiple times by my supervisor that is it. I was told multiple times, and I cleared it up multiple times with who is called the RA, which are basically the showrunners for the entire event. And then here come these 2 fucking muscle-bound motherfuckers that all they have is exhibitor badges. I'm like, I walk up to them, or they walk up to me because they're trying to get into the green room where all the featured creators are, all the famous people, all the YouTubers and Instagram models and all that shit. They're trying to get in there because they want to buy food in there. And I'm like, you don't have the proper credentials. All you have
You
is...
shall not pass.
Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
like, you don't have the proper credentials. You can't do it. And they got all mad and pissed. Like, you're going to tell me that I can't walk in there? We did this yesterday. We did this morning. Like, I'm sorry. As I've been told
As
multiple
Jordan
times...
said, not my shift.
No, as I've been told multiple times, you have this credential, you're not allowed to be back here. And they got very pissy, and they're like, oh, we talked to the head of security the other day, and she cleared it with us so that we can do this. Like, that's perfectly fine, but you don't have the pass. As far as as far as I'm aware, you don't have credentials to be back here. She's like, what's your name? I'm gonna report you to this person, the head of security. I was like,
grab security, tell her to come over here.
here's my name. You can do whatever you want with it. But again, as far as I am aware, to being told by my supervisors, supervisors, and the event organizers themselves, you're not allowed back here. And I kicked them the fuck out, and they were all very prissy about the whole
they
fucking
ever
thing.
come
Those
back?
guys were faggots.
They work for the M&M booth. They're like, we
That's
just want
it?
to buy. Yeah, they wanted to buy food on their like short, I guess 10-minute break. And I'm like, yeah, you're not allowed back here. If you cleared it with the security, because they did actually name drop the head of security of the whole company. So maybe it's true that they did it, but it's like you still don't have any of the proper credentials. So I don't care.
What exactly are they going to be pissed at you for? If they hired you to do this,
Yeah.
No. If the M&M booth hired you, the security company, to fucking do their jobs, like they find out, like, oh, this guy apparently fucked up his job. Are you gonna get mad at him? 100% yes. But then like this situation comes up where it's like, yeah, you cleared it up with him. He has to come down here and tell me himself.
Yeah,
if
it's
you cleared
like,
it up with him, set yourself up for
I
better
don't care
credentials.
if one of the Green brothers who have created this entire VidCon thing, I don't care if you name drop them and tell me that they said it was okay.
You got no proof.
You don't have any credentials to be back here, so you need to leave. And they just walked off, and they just walked off, and they were bitching at me the whole time. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, you don't have the credentials.
Oh, I'm sorry for doing my job.
Yeah. And I told my supervisor, and I even told the RA when I met them again, I was like, hey, just so you're aware, these guys from the M&M booth, they might report me for this and that. And the RA was like, that's fine. You're doing what you're supposed to. They were, even if what they said were true, they should have gotten the proper credentials from the head of security.
Yeah, that's
and my
what I'm
supervisor
wondering.
told me
Good
the
on
same thing. He's like, don't worry about it. You were doing your job. You were doing what you're supposed to. So even if you get reported, you're not getting in trouble. It don't matter. It's like,
It don't
all right.
matter. Yeah.
Yeah. That was my short thing. Go.
The zero.
I was just gonna say, there's a bunch of fucking kids.
Yep.
Many of them like from 8 to 14 years old, possibly. A lot of
We
YouTube
might even
celebrities.
say teenagers.
Yeah, maybe. YouTube celebrities that I did not know were running around the halls, acting like they owned the place, and every one of them was recording themselves getting chased by a bunch of girls because they wanted to show how important they were and report it to YouTube and show it on VidCon.
I said, the 90% of millennials ruining it for the rest of us.
And almost every one of them, if not all of them, had fidget spinners and even Heelys just roaming around the entire time. I had to do a post at the Hilton Hotel across from the convention center because they needed me. It was an emergency. And
Yeah,
at
it
the
was.
Hilton, at the Hilton Hotel, you think, it's a nice place where you're going to go, check in, maybe go to the bar, have a drink. That's it.
yeah,
It's
sounds
supposed
legit.
to be a very nice, serene place. No, kids running around 24/7, nonstop, literally running in the halls. It's like a stampede of wildebeest from Lion King 1 all over again. I felt like I was going to get trampled a couple times.
You felt like the dad.
Yeah, I did, honestly. It was just
Simba.
a horrible experience, but I did have fun seeing people freak out and be like, oh my god, these crazy kids.
And you got paid for it.
Oh, look at what they're wearing. Oh yeah, about the getting paid for it. It was really cool because I worked for 15 hours.
Oh, dude.
Because they were legitimately really short. Because I did the overnight shift into his shift.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, I'm supposed to be off at 8. And it's like, it's 8 a.m. I'm supposed to be off. They're supposed to have about 100 people. And they still only have like maybe 50.
Yeah.
If that.
You told me 40.
That was like at 7:30. They're like, we're supposed to have like this many people. As of right now, we only have like 46 clocked in. So we're going to need some people.
I was actually scheduled that day to work from 3 o'clock to 10:30 p.m., right?
All right, wait, before that, do you guys like your jobs?
It has its ups and downs.
It has its ups and downs. Like,
Is
it's
it
like
better
the
than
last.
the previous ones?
It's better than the previous one, but it's like
You're welcome, motherfuckers.
yeah.
Go
But
ahead.
the thing I hate is like this past week I worked the whole week and it's like cool, that paycheck is going to be really sweet, especially with the overtime.
Yep.
And then this week so far nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I miss getting tipped.
The stability is
Yeah, that's what I don't
Yeah,
like.
exactly. But there's OC Fair coming up.
True, but that's during 4th of July, and this motherfucker wants to know what my brother's doing for 4th of July.
I see.
Because if my brother's doing something and I can't participate, fuck it, I'll go work. I'll get that time and a half paid.
Well, I'm sure OC Fair is going to be longer than just one day.
True, but I'm talking about the specific. I mean, it don't matter what my brother's doing on July 3rd and July 5th. It matters what he's doing on July 4th.
Yeah.
Because he usually goes all out with fireworks and meat and cooking and all that stuff. So if he's doing something fun and interesting that I can go to, I will disregard the time and a half pay to go do that.
I mean, remember, 3 years ago we got stopped by the cops.
When did that happen?
What's the fireworks thing?
The fireworks.
Oh,
we
yes.
will definitely get to that in a bit.
No,
But-
we'll save that one for later.
Yeah, for
We got plenty of things to talk about.
Or we
right
can
now.
talk about it for a July 4th podcast.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But
We'll bring it up
VidCon,
then.
So
Hilton?
I had a shift from 3 o'clock to 10:30 p.m. and it seemed like a normal shift, but Rubber Ducky was being a homie and called me in the morning and he told me, hey, Dojira, turns out they need people, lots of people. And if you go in early, you get $1 extra hourly rate. I'm like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. So I went in really early. I came in at 11 a.m., right? And it's going to be from 11 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Good. Almost 12 hours, and 30 of those minutes will go away for lunch. That's awesome. I like that, all right? Turns out, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., I'm getting paid an hourly another $1 hourly extra. Until 5 p.m. it's lunchtime, and all of a sudden, I chose my lunch at the most opportune time because my supervisor told me, hey, do you want to stay later? I'm like, depends. Till when? He says 2 a.m. I'm like, 2 a.m.? Okay, what am I doing? Hilton Hotel. Grab a suit. Like, I don't have a suit. Wear one of these. See if this fits. Like, okay, cool. I put it on. I'm like, does it look good? He's like, yeah, I'm sure it's perfect. But honestly, it didn't fit me at all. It was like 2 sizes too large, something like that. It's ridiculous. I look like a freaking, I don't know, toddler.
Because contrary to popular belief, based on your name, you are not a hulking giant monster stomping around Tokyo.
I mean, I'm fat, but I'm not hulking, so. Anyway, so he tells me that if I'm wearing the suit, I'll get another $1 extra. So I'm like, well, this dollar...
$2 extra?
I'm like, will this $1 extra go towards my other $1 extra for coming in early? He goes, yes, I'll make sure of it. And then he got on the phone and talked to the freaking... coordinator slash scheduler and said, yes, I want to make sure that Dojira here gets $2 extra. Yes, I know. Yes. You put that down. He's getting $2 extra for this. He was not being like he was not joking at all. He was being really he was being dead serious.
Because like we mentioned earlier, they were severely lacking people.
Like, I need to make sure that Dojira here gets $2, okay? Alright, cool. And then he brought me to the hotel where I stayed until 2 a.m. And after 8 hours is overtime, and after 12 hours is double time.
Is double overtime.
And I had not even extrapolated that. I hadn't even thought about that. So it was like, holy shit, I'm getting $2 extra, plus the double time is like, oh my god, and I'm here for freaking 14 hours total. 15 hours total, but 14 if you take out the 2 lunches. So I'm going to make a great
12
check.
hours,
I'm going to have a great check.
By law,
so yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would have stayed later because I had a 12 a.m. to like 8 a.m. and then I stayed past the 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. Till I said I could stay till 12 and they still kept me till 1, which I was fine with. But they said they would have kept me later, but I was coming back anyway during like that night shift at 12 a.m. So it's like, we can't keep you any longer, otherwise we're going to give you like quadruple overtime.
Seriously. And look,
we can't afford that.
If you are an adult at Vidcon,
I've actually done that to my supervisor, but fuck him, I'll tell that after this.
If you are an adult at Vidcon, play it safe and don't try to hit on anyone. They're all jailbait, believe me. I'm just saying right now.
From experience?
I'm just saying that every one of those people
Or you've seen this happen.
I've seen it happen.
Oh, I saw some pretty like jailbaity type people behind me, like in the green room.
Yeah, a lot of jailbaity people. And it's like, whoa, I want to go there. Just saying.
Okay, so this was like 2 companies ago. I had to work during Christmas time, and apparently the company there would pay for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and like New Year's.
Okay.
But somehow it fit the entire goddamn week, and people were calling off. My super at the time was stupid as hell. Asked me, like, can you cover these shifts? Like, sure. Can you cover this shift? Yeah, sure. This guy wants off. Can you cover that shift? Sure. Why not?
Okay.
Until he realized, like, after New Year's Day, I worked the entire fucking week.
You fucked
So it's like, oh, here's your 8-hour shift, and then you're about to start your next 8-hour shift.
No, it wasn't 8 hours. It changed to 12 hours.
Did you bankrupt them?
No, but what I'm saying is like, here's your like 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. shift,
yeah,
and then as you're off from your 4 p.m. shift, quote unquote off, it's time for your 4 p.m. to like 8 a.m. shift, and then once you're off, it's like it's time for your 8 p.m. shift to your like 4 in the morning shift.
It was back to back to back.
Oh my god!
Like my mom was wondering, what the fuck are you doing for the last 2 days? Like, Mom, I was at work
working.
Aren't they paying you? Yes. They're like, it took her a solid 3 seconds. Wait, it's a holiday. Yeah.
Yes.
Wait,
you worked the fuck time, didn't you?
Wait. You're working how much? She's like, this much. How much are you getting paid? Like $12, which is also holiday, the time and a half plus overtime.
Oh my!
Plus double overtime.
God!
It took him until like after fucking New Year's. I also got paid for New Year's Day, and it took him forever to realize, like, wait, how much are we paying you? That was a whole fucking week. Yeah, dude. Like, why did we pay you this much? Let me go over the schedule for you, sir.
Yeah.
I showed him the entire fucking schedule. I was like, why didn't you say anything? I was getting paid.
Because I was getting paid. Why would I say anything?
It's not even that. It's like, why didn't you say anything? It's like, well, you asked me to cover all these shifts. Why didn't you check?
Say anything? You never asked.
Like I'm pretty sure all he was thinking was like, I want these things covered. I want these things covered. And then
you were the only one willing to cover them.
Yeah, dude. Like he just forgot like to schedule everybody else. Like, all right, I guess I'm working the whole entire week. Oh yeah, I suddenly quote unquote forgot.
I hope I have that. Jeez, it's awesome.
The only reason why I got caught was he saw it, and the client was wondering why the fuck was I getting paid $2 fucking grand that fucking week.
Jesus Christ! Did you actually get paid $2 grand?
I got paid $2 fucking grand.
Fucking A, dude.
Damn.
Like I said, it was New Year's Eve, Christmas Day, and fucking Christmas Eve. I don't know if they do New Year's Eve.
Damn, Christmas Eve twice?
Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then New Year's. It was like, how much are we paying you? You did what? How many hours? It's like, yeah, it was a sad week. I couldn't see my family. Woo! I mean, woo!
Yeah, that's what I would do as well.
Like the gift that keeps on giving.
I don't want to be here when people are opening presents.
It was so stupid. It's like, wait, You don't want to spend time with your family. Hey, I'm
Hell
getting paid
no.
$2,000 for a week of work, man. What the fuck
No,
is
that's
the problem?
fine.
They
Fuck
understood.
the family.
Yeah, seriously.
But still, I can't help but notice that you were talking about how like these people at VidCon, they were all like snooty and they were all assholes. The people that I encountered in my little like
No,
green-
not all. Some of them were actually really genuine.
I didn't encounter a single like snooty or stuck up person that was like back there.
Yeah.
Like I talked to some of them, and because some of them I couldn't see their badges properly or whatever the fuck, or like other things that
You
happened.
were doing your job.
I was doing my job. Not one of them gave me attitude.
Well, I'm just
not
talking
one
about,
of them.
I'm just talking about the ones that highlighted VidCon for me. But there were plenty of people that were very nice. Some even got to know my name and told me like, "Hey, I think you're doing a great job. Really appreciate it, and maybe I'll remember you from next year." You know, some people were like that. I'm just talking to you about the highlights. That's
Speaking
the
of-
most memorable parts.
Speaking of which, though,
wait a minute. Is this about that asshole Instagram model?
yes, that's where I was going.
my god!
So,
Smokey, you don't know about this.
You don't know about this. So,
I thought you were gonna go with like the bitch who disappeared at E3.
no.
We'll get to that in a bit. Also, I think.
Fine.
I mean, we can. It's like a whatever story.
No, at the beginning.
But
You
VidCon.
were an
VidCon.
asshole
All
at
right.
the beginning.
I admit I was an asshole during that conversation. However, that conversation was not recorded, so as far as you know, it never happened. Aside from the fact that I just admitted it.
Edit that in.
I don't care. I know that I was an asshole
I'm
at
limited
first,
to
but
edit that he said it.
I was in the right later on, so I'm fine with it. But so there's this other
Good.
for whatever reason, VidCon employed, it was like 4 different security companies. It was our company, who was pretty much in charge of the floor. There's a separate company in charge of the arena. There was a separate company in charge of the second floor.
And the lines outside was the fourth
and
company.
presumably there was the 4th company in charge of line management and all these other stuff. Why, I don't know.
Unfortunately, the line management one got the brunt end of this.
The lines.
I don't even know any of that. I'm assuming that's what they were
As a
doing.
former employee, if you have to deal with lines and people who have to wait, you will deal with a whole lot of shit you don't have to.
All I know for certain is that we were in charge of the show floor. There's this other company in charge of all arena stuff. And then the guys with the yellow jackets were specifically in charge of opening the glass doors and like the second floor.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't even know if they went up to the 3rd floor, but I know for certain they were on the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
But that's not important. What's important is that I don't know the circumstances of this, but apparently there was a fight between the security wearing the yellow jackets and someone who was wearing a white shirt, black pants, black shoes, and a black belt. That is pretty much the uniform that we're supposed to wear once we get there. So may have been one of our guys that got into this fight, but it was this guy with the white shirt. There's a fight breaking out. There's like 6 or 7 the yellow shirt security guys.
Yellow
and
jackets.
Yellow jackets. They're not necessarily tackling him, but there's a fight breaking down. They're like grabbing him by the neck and they're like holding him down and all sorts of stuff. And
Swarm.
yeah, they're swarm, and then they bring him through the glass doors to like put him into the lobby.
They
And like
threw him through the glass doors?
no, they open the door and they dragged him in there, and then they pinned him to the ground, and they're like doing all this stuff, and they're trying to get a hold, and then I guess the cops show up eventually. But then there's more of the yellow people. They're like around the
that's
glass
racist.
doors. Sure. More of the yellow jacket people. They're like watching the glass doors, making sure that no one can get in right now, so that they can have
the
the.
jacket clone himself.
He can. But you know where I'm going at. I could name the company if that would make it easier.
No.
No, that's fine.
That's exactly why I'm going with the yellow jackets. So shut the fuck up.
Yellow jackets versus Ant-Man. Let's go.
Shut up. So the people are like guarding the glass doors, and there's just one person who is just like berating these like 2 guys that are there. Like, I make more money than you in like a day, and I'm so much better than you,
God damn.
and all sorts of stuff.
So he's definitely a highlight of VidCon, and he is an Instagram model who thinks he's very pretty and beautiful, and he has like 12,000 followers on Instagram, right? And yes,
Straight up, he's the aggressor in this situation.
and like Rubber Ducky said, he was berating this guy, calling him blue collar, a peasant, saying that he was fucking ugly, and he probably makes no money, whereas he makes so much money.
That and the fact that he damn it, I lost my train of thought.
Berating them.
Berating them.
yelling-
The yellow jacket guy, like as the Instagram model is just like, oh, berated, you blue collar, I make so much money. The guy's just smiling, just like
This was recorded.
this was all recorded.
You can see this on YouTube.
All the yellow jacket guards are just like smiling at him, like
Okay.
they're not even saying okay. They're just smiling and looking at him.
And one dude in the crowd who's actually recording this is going, dude, that's fucked up, to the guy who was saying that to them.
Yeah,
Like, that's not cool, bro.
yeah, it's not cool, bro. But somehow
That's the ice-maker.
somehow near the end of this, somebody climbs on top of the glass doors. I don't know why. but that person probably got in trouble. But that's irrelevant as well. That was just interesting. But at the end of the video, the recorded video that I saw, the Instagram model's just like, he walks away from the guard.
He turns around.
He turns around. And is like, it kind of looked to me like he finally realized, shit, I'm being recorded. Because he kind of had like a weird look on his face. Because his final words before the video like kind of ended, it's like, I just care about people. That's all.
And then
that's like the shittiest way to backtrack ever.
Yes. And if you look closely at him, he's not wearing a badge. So they weren't going to let him in the first place. For that reason. That's probably why they didn't let him in. And maybe that's probably why...
Don't you know who I am?
That's probably why he's yelling at them in the first place. If not for that guy that's being pinned to the ground. If it's not that, it's only because...
No, he was yelling at them because of the guy getting pinned. He's
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, because he specifically mentions, like, you don't need to grab him by the neck and this and that.
I see.
So he is berating them specifically because of that, the guy getting attacked.
But his argument sucks ass and it's really...
He's being very, very pissy about it.
The word you're looking for is entitled, is what I'm hearing.
Very entitled. But here's the justice that comes from that.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Afterwards, he lost so many followers on Instagram. And he had to set his account to private because he was getting berated by everyone online.
So his endorsements?
I don't know if any endorsements were lost, but I don't know what end you're referring to. But I do know he lost a ton of followers, a ton of following on Twitter and Instagram, really. And he had to set his account to private because he was getting berated a lot. What was the
security guard had his own Twitter account, and he was flooded with new followers.
Oh, that I didn't know about.
You're shitting me?
That I didn't know about.
Who support him.
Oh,
yes.
The guy who was smiling?
Yes. Because he handled it beautifully.
The main security guard that was being yelled at got so many followers because of this.
It's
justice.
After the podcast is over, I have to ask if it's a couple guards, because I know a couple guards who still work with the company. I want to know if it's them.
We can show you the video. Okay. You might recognize him. Who knows? But I did not know that aspect. But that's cool.
That happened afterwards. Yes.
I'm kind of hoping he lost a lot of stuff because assholes like that, they should not be famous.
Yeah, fuck him.
But like people like Jaden or like Odds Ones Out or like the Rooster Teeth guys, like Game Grumps, those guys absolutely should be famous because they're like
no, that's who they are.
Yeah, they're not putting on a show.
They're not posers.
They're not posers. They're not putting on a show. They're not like, oh, I'm so good. I'm like, I got all this fucking money. It's like
no. They admit they have flaws. Like, listen, we're kind of swamped with work. We're gonna have to delay this because like we're legitimately tired. We have to do like 20 hours of work. We're getting minimal sleep. Can you guys like give us a break? Like yeah, sure.
More importantly, cool. If they're frustrated in a situation like that, they're not gonna be berating someone to make themselves look better.
They're gonna be like, this sucks, but we'll keep quiet about it.
Yeah, well, like, hey,
we'll handle it like adults.
Like, I imagine in that situation, Egoraptor and his wife would be like, what?
Like, oh shit, that guy's in trouble. You need a bottle of water? We're gonna be here a while. You guys want bottles of water?
No, I imagine like in that situation, if it was Egoraptor and his wife, whose name I don't know, Susie, it would be like, hey, we're just kind of concerned. Like, you don't necessarily need to be too aggressive with the guy. Like, I'm wondering why you're being so aggressive. Can you do that? Can you explain to me why? And like, is there anything we can do to help or whatever? That's how I imagine those guys handling that situation.
Yep.
Not like we make so much better, we make so much money than you. We're famous and then bliss and that, and we got tons of fans and blah blah blah. I don't imagine them doing that. Not like this fucking Instagram model son of a bitch, or Anita Sarkeesian. Because fuck that bitch.
Totally.
Oh man.
But yeah, like you said. And there were plenty of entitled people at VidCon, but there were also plenty of great people too that, knew that we were just doing our jobs, and they appreciated us.
Yep. So that was also last bit of thing that I noticed. This may have happened on the second and third floor as well. We never were allowed.
I don't know. That's not your jurisdiction.
That wasn't our jurisdiction. But in the lobby area, for some reason, which, I mean, sure, it's 2017 and it's VidCon, it's like all inclusive, yada yada, whatever.
What the fuck are you talking about?
They turned the previously women's, because we've worked there before. We know this bathroom is the women's restroom because we always see the fucking sign. Hey, this is for women.
Okay.
They turned that into a gender neutral bathroom, which is like, yeah, sure, whatever. Okay. That's perfectly fine. They did not turn the men's restroom into a gender neutral bathroom. That was still all men.
I'm okay with that. It just because. I don't want to see a woman using the urinals.
True. I suspect I suspect it's probably because like the men's restroom only has like 2 stalls and then like the
and the rest are urinals.
No, like the 2 stalls and then the one like
trough.
No, handicapped like massive stall.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and then it's like 20 urinals.
I always use the massive stall.
To be fair, I do too.
I don't, because I don't shit in public
Yeah,
if I can
right.
help it. But I
That's
imagine
the comment I was making. Am I right?
I imagine that's why they didn't turn the men's restroom into a gender neutral, because it's like, what's a woman gonna do in there if the stalls are full? She can't use the urinals. I mean, she can.
She shouldn't.
She can. She absolutely can. She's gonna be exposing her vagina to everyone. There's no privacy there.
Wow.
It could be also the women aren't gonna know the rules of conduct in a urinal, where it's like the first person far left, next person far right, next person right in the middle.
Yep.
And it's like if there's
And no peeking.
no peeking, it's like there's a line to use the urinal, and it's like, oh, there's a bunch of urinals open. Yeah, but it's like it's person at urinal, empty urinal. Person at urinal, empty urinal, and no one's gonna break that code
No.
unless
no.
it is an absolute emergency.
Emergency and or kid.
Oh yeah, kid.
And our kids.
Kids get a free pass. Like, yeah,
It's like whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like girls aren't gonna know that kind of like little rule that guys have, where it's like let's all stay away from each other when we're taking
I'm
our
pretty
dicks
sure.
out to piss.
I'm pretty sure if somebody actually listens, they're gonna question like, "Why the fuck is that even a fucking rule?" It's like, do you expose your breasts to the women next to you?
It's not. I don't exactly know
Yes.
why. Sure. Hopefully, one can only hope.
Or
Well, that's not entirely true, because I've been in my
Nowadays,
fair share of
everybody.
women's restrooms
that was I think I released that one too.
with women in there. But yeah, we talked about it on the previous podcast. But if that's the trend going forward with the whole gender neutral thing, perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
The only issue I have would be the urinal aspect. So you have the men's restroom, you have the women's restroom. How about you tear half of the men's restroom out, you add it to the women's restroom, so that you can include even more stalls. You turn that into a gender neutral bathroom, and you just have not a men's bathroom, but a urinal bathroom. That's all it is. It's just urinals and sinks.
So if men
It's
have
just
to go
for
take a
pissing.
shit, they have to go to the neutral
gender
one?
neutral, and I'm perfectly fine with it.
Okay.
Because I
If they
don't.
want if they want a neutral one, they have to endure the smell like most men do.
Yes.
Yes, because I'm of that mentality. Is like urinal. Men can go in and pee and get the fuck out. We don't have to wait in line, really. I don't want to have to wait to go to a stall to pee because there's fucking women in there all the goddamn time. I
Yeah.
fucking hate it. I've seen that one too many times working events and actually going to events.
And maybe I want to use a mirror too, but they're gonna hog it up too.
I mean, I don't do that. I don't even have I don't even have a mirror in my current bathroom. There's fucking nothing in there. There's a big ass wall, which should there be a mirror, but there isn't.
Side note: I saw like this funniest thing in the world where it was a small trend for a small period of time where girls would kiss the fucking mirrors in the bathroom, leave their fucking lipstick prints.
That sounds like a porno.
No, not at all.
Saw the video with the janitor.
Yeah. Let me
I
finish,
don't believe that's true.
It's not, but I love the idea behind it. Like the janitor just he explains, listen, I know this is a weird trend. They brought in all the girls who were repeat offenders and girls that they suspected doing this, and all it was just 4 fucking mirrors full of kisses. Every day, he explains it, every day, I have to clean this. I'm going to show you what I do with it. He goes over to the toilet, dunks the fucking mop or squeegee into the toilet water, and starts cleaning the glass with it. Immediately, they started like having gagging faces. This is what I have to do every day. I've been doing this for the last fucking week. I want to see you girls see exactly what I have to do. I'm pretty sure they stopped, but it's like, I know it's not true. Probably is true, probably is not, but I love the idea behind it. It's like,
It's funny.
it's like, yeah,
It's
you want to keep
interesting.
doing this? This is what I do to clean it.
So
Certainly
why
fucks
did he
simple.
kiss it? Just because?
No, it was like to test the makeup or some shit.
I
Oh,
think the video starts with it's just like one girl doing it, 1 or 2 girls
Then
doing
it became
it.
a fad.
And then like the janitor asked like the principal, hey, can you like make a public announcement asking them not to do that? So because they brought attention to it, now it's like every girl's doing it. So it was started out like just like a few individuals every now and again, but now all the girls were doing it.
Yeah.
And then they went in with the toilet water. And
Yeah, then
that
it
whole
became
thing.
a fad. Then this, but yeah, I love that. But back to the Vidcon.
I think that's pretty much it for me at VidCon. Aside from I finally finished fucking The Flash because I was working the night shift. So it's like, I love working the night shifts because it's like you get there, you get your post, and it's like, all right, bust up the phone, watch Netflix. And it's like, it's not that you're not supposed to do it because I've had the supervisors will tell me, which, by the way, I got to tell you something about a different show that we worked. That's not relevant to the podcast right now. But, yeah, I would just bust out the phone and watch Netflix or videos or whatever the fuck. And I finished The Flash. And
Finish the Flash as in what?
as in season 3. Season 3.
I don't know what that is.
As far as I know, he still does not like Wally.
I still do not like Wally. I still
Season 3 is what? Zoom?
Season 3 is Sabotage. Season 2 is Zoom. Season 1 is Reverse Flash.
Okay.
Season 4 will be starting this fall. And
God, I'm still not remember that shit.
so I finished Season 3. That's all currently on Netflix. Those are all new episodes.
Did you suspect who Savitar was? Because I did.
I mean, I already knew. I was like episode 1, and I'm like watching clips here and there. So I already knew, like going into Season 3, that Caitlyn was going to become Killer Frost. I already knew.
Caitlyn Snow, that wasn't a big hint?
Well, I ended Season 2, and it's like Caitlyn Snow has no powers whatsoever. And then I go watch YouTube clips of like this or that or whatever the fuck, and it's like Caitlyn Snow has powers. So it's like, all right.
Did she pull off a sexy Killer Frost?
Yeah, she does. I very much like it. I don't like the voice so much, but I like the look. Very much like the
Speaking of
look.
sexy Killer Frost, you guys seen Assault on Arkham, the animated movie?
Yeah?
No.
She is a sexy Killer Frost.
She's a sexy Killer Frost who somehow becomes not necessarily romantically involved, but she gets very attached to Killer Croc.
Yeah, people... No, that's King Shark.
Might have been. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, it's King Shark. And people
Yeah,
should-
you're right.
It's cute.
All right. Just like the Rooster Teeth podcast, I'm going to have to go use the bathroom. Feel free to talk shit about me while I'm gone.
I mean, that is honestly a surprise that you've elected.
Dude, I'll hear about it later when I have to edit it. Because I've been holding this in for a long time.
We could just cut it and then like recut in.
Yeah, like I was supposed to do last week.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, I wish I could talk about Transformers with you, but I can't. But for the audience listening, I just saw Transformers last night, and I really want to talk about it. But we will next time, probably, when Rubber Ducky here watches it. When do you think you're going to watch it?
I don't know. I have little interest in watching this movie because I mean I've literally.
And yet you don't want me to talk about spoilers.
True. I see your point there. It's a valid point. But it's a movie that I'm gonna watch, but I'm not gonna pay to watch.
If for anyone wondering, I didn't pay either. My aunt got me a free ticket for the movies a long time ago, and I thought this was the perfect time to use it because I don't want to pay for that movie. I wanted to do horribly at the box office. I'm so done with these movies.
Yeah, I specifically, and this started with Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Where it's like I don't want to add to the what's
The statistic?
the
Oh,
statistic
it's like
that
top
they're-
weekend or something?
the title, the article headline, that's the word I'm looking for. The headline that every movie franchise undoubtedly spins about their opening weekend. It's like, oh, it's like the greatest opening weekend for fucking this month and this week.
It's like they've all been
okay,
saying
yeah,
that,
sure.
honestly.
Yeah, and so I started with Wonder Woman where because of the DC trend, I was like, I'm not expecting much because of the trend itself. All your fucking movies are horrible. So I'm not going to add to your statistic where it's like, oh, it's the greatest DC woman-directed, woman lead actor, whatever the fuck, however you choose to spin it, movie of whatever time or whatever month or whatever the fuck. And, oh, damn. That reminds me of something else. So I waited like a week and a half to go watch it, and I watched it and I enjoyed it, and I believe we've already discussed it in a previous podcast. Here Comes Smokey. And with Transformers, again, somehow, for some reason it was released on a Tuesday. I didn't know that.
Release on a Wednesday, I believe Tuesday was the early days showing. Like how they do. Movies get released
Like
Friday,
Friday,
but they
then
show it on
Thursday
on
at 7.
Thursday.
That was just surprising to me. I did not expect that.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's still technically not a week until tomorrow. It's been a week since it's out. At that point, I will think about watching the movie because I just don't want to add to like Transformers 5 biggest opening weekend of July for 2017. It's like
Yeah.
it's like yeah, you're like the only big movie in July of 2017.
Duh.
It's like sure you're gonna have that.
That
stat.
reminds me of the World of Warcraft movie, which flopped in America, but in China,
Of course it did well in
fucking went
China.
phenomenal.
So
Of course
far
it did.
from what I'm hearing, Transformers 5, it's like U.S. box office pretty goddamn low compared to the rest of Transformers.
Yeah.
Fucking overseas, they love it. Why I don't know.
Explosions, Americans getting hurt. I don't know.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just weird.
It's just like how foreign movies over there are great here, where they see like the hyped up kung fu shit.
Well,
Let me do this mega punch, have him fly through a couple of
Not necessarily,
That's
because
I love that.
there's one example that I think of
The
where it's like
32.
I eat up practical martial arts all the time.
Exactly.
I
Like,
eat
I
it
love
up.
it.
It's so cool.
I like it, I enjoy it, and I wish Wonder Woman had more of that instead of CGI fighting.
Yeah.
But because there's an example where like
Mustache.
I believe it was DreamWorks made Kung Fu Panda, right?
Yes.
Shit is awesome.
And it's like, it's a good movie, and it's like, it's just an American movie, whatever. But in China, they went fucking ape shit for that fucking movie.
I'm ape shit for the franchise. I actually like the 3 movies a lot.
I haven't seen 2 or 3 whatsoever.
Oh my god, 2's amazing, and 3's good. As good as, if not better than 1, but 2 is the best for me. So.
I mean, we'll probably watch it at some point.
Yeah,
but I've only seen Kung Fu Panda 1, and I thoroughly loved it.
Yeah.
I hate Kung Fu Panda game.
I don't even know.
At round 1 where he's just like...
the fucking... Yeah, I know.
It's just Fruit Ninja, essentially.
No, it's kind of weird. It was like, you
gotta slap the things.
You get like 3 tries. The first one's easy. The second one is just like... Or get 2 tries. The first set is like whatever gets you through the motions and shit. My phone's ringing. The second one's like, alright, here's you without the tutorial. Third one, you have to meet the fucking master. I beat that thing. I had a solid 5 seconds of like grab the dumpling. I was like, where the fuck is he? He's not showing up. Where the fuck is he?
Glitched then?
Huh?
Glitched?
I was like, where the fuck is he? He's not showing up. Where is he? I want my fucking 400 tickets or some shit. It's like, oh yeah, you failed the game. You missed 1 dumpling. He's like, what? I was waiting for him. Where the fuck was he? That's weird.
I don't know.
But I usually miss it by like 1 or 2 tickets or dumplings, but still
1 or 2 dumplings. But the whole thing was like it's just an American movie, sure, whatever. It's like Funny Panda, but in China they fucking loved it because everyone in China was just it was kind of a wake up call where they all unanimously thought, why the fuck did America, this country we don't like, that we don't get along with, how the fuck did they make a Chinese movie better than China itself? That was like a massive wake up call for them, where they realized, oh, China just controls the goddamn movie industry. So like one of the examples was like if Kung Fu Panda was made in China, because the panda is like China's national treasure, like animal or whatever the fuck, they would make Po so lovable and so perfect that it being so perfect, he wouldn't be lovable. Like
he would not be relatable.
He would not be relatable. Like the fact that they made Po a lazy fat panda. They would never have done that in China.
He's an oaf.
But that made it so lovable.
Yeah.
That made it take off. So that was like a huge wake up call.
He's really funny. So
yeah.
But you should really watch 2 and 3 because 2 gets a lot more serious in tone.
Was 2 Shen?
2 was the one with the peacock.
Yes, that's amazing.
I've seen a lot of the beginning, and I believe the last fight with Shen.
Oh, you saw the last fight? Damn, that's a great scene.
I saw the point where it's like they're on a boat and they're like going out a canal. I don't know if that's the final fight.
That is a great scene.
And then he masters something and he can deflect the fucking firework back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say, but yeah.
Because I was babysitting my niece and she watched that, and then she also watched the movie with the where they're telling like the Day of the Dead and like the musician that turns into a skeleton.
That movie was I forgot the name of it, but
and then he fights toros.
I know what you're talking about, but Book of Life.
There you go, Book of Life.
Okay,
I actually enjoyed that movie.
Didn't that have Ice Cube in it? Oh, you wouldn't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he played like the Sandman or something like that. I forgot his name.
Because I'm the type of person that's like, I love this show. I watch every show. I can name every character. It's like, what's their real names? I don't fucking know.
Well, look,
who directed it? I don't fucking know. It's like who
it was
wrote
just a
it?
good movie.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like I could tell you what the actors, who the characters were, who the villain were, and like what the weapons were, and like all these things. And it's like anything real life in regards to it, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, anything on the surface of that movie, you definitely know it for sure.
It's like I can like for example the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like I could tell you Ant-Man. I could tell you like Black Widow. I could tell you Iron Man. I could tell you like War Machine, all that stuff. What are their real names? Robert Downey Jr., Samuel L. Jackson, Scarlett Johansson. I can't name anyone else.
Yeah.
I know who Vision is. I know all these characters. What the real names are? I don't fucking know, and I don't care to know.
Yeah,
that don't matter to me. But still, speaking of movies though, what are your thoughts on Studio Ghibli films?
I'll be honest. This is kind of like sacrilege, but I've never really had a good chance to see a lot of them, if not any of them. Good opportunity
right now.
I know.
Because, I don't know if you've heard, there is a goddamn Studio Ghibli Fest going on this year.
I haven't heard from you at all, ever.
Yeah, but I mentioned it on the podcast. But it's not like a marathon. It's once per month.
Okay.
So for the next, it's 6 movies total.
What's this month?
Today and yesterday was My Neighbor Totoro.
As of June 26th?
So this month was that?
This month. Next month, Kiki's Delivery Service.
We have to pay homage to Kiki's Delivery Service.
We have to do.
And Comic-Con?
You remember?
Yes.
You remember how Kiki's Delivery Service helped us get Comic-Con tickets with
Twice?
Preview Night?
Twice?
Yes.
Twice?
Yes.
Kiki's Delivery Service.
Studio Ghibli helped us twice.
Kiki's Delivery Service, because it has 2 different dates.
It's a ritual
It
now
has
for
2
Comic-Con.
different dates because like the Sunday it's going to be dubbed, so it's English. The Monday is going to be subbed. The Sunday is the final day of Comic-Con. So I don't know if we can actually make that one.
Mm.
But I will absolutely go to the Monday subbed version of Kiki's Delivery Service.
I see.
I don't know if you guys want to join me for that.
We have to pay homage to
That's
this
what I would go regardless.
Give them thanks.
But I
Yes.
want to watch the fucking movie.
I'd be down.
I want to see that.
Monday's the day where we'll be coming back, though.
Yeah, Monday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
so
yeah,
we'll just leave shit. We'll maybe take a quick power nap if we need to.
See you at that night.
Unpack and then go to the theater at
Yeah.
7. And it's good. It's great.
You helped
'cause
us all,
it-
Kiki.
of the six movies
You
shown,
delivered our tickets.
I've actually only seen 3 of them. It's Kiki, Totoro,
That was a
and
shitty fucking
Spirited
name.
Away. They're also showing Nausicaa, Where the
I'm
Wind
proud.
Rises. I haven't seen that one.
Mhm.
They're showing... Fuck, I already forgot what the other 2 were.
But everything else you haven't seen.
Castle in
is
the
what you're
Sky?
Castle in the Sky was one of them,
saying. Okay.
and I haven't seen that one. Because they're showing 6 movies total for the next 6 months, including this month. So 5 more as of right now.
Princess Mononoke.
I've only seen 3 of them, and I haven't seen the other 3, so this would be a perfect opportunity to do so,
Mm-hmm.
which is awesome. Although I kind of hope that when I go see it subbed, the fucking subtitles are not cut off.
Yeah.
Because I saw I saw
Totoro.
Totoro today in the theater. Subtitles were just cut off at the bottom. And it wasn't even that the subtitles were cut off. The entire, think of it as a theater, the entire, bottom foot of the film was just cut off.
That's
And you just couldn't see it.
That's depressing.
tiny theater.
No, it was a big, massive theater. But imagine it's like a big-ass theater, and it's only in 4x3.
So there
So-
were like black edges?
There's black edges at the bottom and the
Why?
top. Well, I don't know.
Black edges at the bottom. They still cut it off. That sucks.
No, it's like...
Black edges at the
It's-
sides,
it's-
but it's still enhanced for what it was.
No, the best way I can describe it
6x6?
is that it's the film is being shown and it fits the screen perfectly. Like if the black pieces that in the where they have the black bars in the top and bottom, there is actual footage that is supposed to be there, and it actually is there. But for whatever reason, this theater, maybe it's a one-off, or maybe they're doing it for this. They just cut it off.
Man.
So it's like there's like a moment where the little girl, she's like leaning down or something, and like the bottom of her face is just cut off because you're supposed to be able to see that because that's where like the lower bottom of the screen is. But in this screen, this showing, it was just cut off.
That's weird, dude.
So that in doing that, it cut off like the bottom bit of the subtitles, which didn't bother me too much because I already knew the whole plot of the fucking movie. But if I'm gonna go watch like Nausicaa or Castle in the Sky,
Perfect
I
chance.
don't know what the fuck is going on, so I need the subtitles.
I see. Well, hopefully they fix that in the future.
Hopefully, although I probably won't go to that same theater.
I just want to quickly ask you, before we continue, since you are going to eventually do Transformers 5, and you are a huge fan of Transformers, not the franchise of the movies, but just Transformers in general,
Yes.
I want to know what you're expecting from the 5th movie. What have you...
Actual plot?
Like, what do you think will happen plot-wise? Like, give me, just your summary, your synopsis. What do you think is going to happen, period?
I think we went over this not on the podcast while we were talking. What was the original plot line for Transformers with all the movies? Megatron came over for the cube. That was not it. He made a deal with
Sentinel Prime.
Sentinel Prime.
That was not it. He freaking had a pyramid that could collect the energon from the sun. Anyway,
It was
so
like,
what do
dude,
you think 5
What
will be?
was the actual fucking plot?
Yeah, seriously.
I've seen very little previews. I've seen very little trailers. So I don't know a lot of things.
Okay.
So apparently, there's like a war going on between the not even just Autobots and Decepticons. It's just Transformers versus humans for some reason.
Blame that fucking
I don't-
congressman that wanted all the Transformers out again.
Did you see 4?
I did see 4.
Okay.
I imagine that had some part in it. Although I've seen that
I
movie
still stand by what I
once
said.
and only once, I don't actually remember most of it.
Yeah.
Because I literally have only seen that. I've seen Transformers 1 multiple times, 2 and 3 multiple times. Transformers 4, Age of Extinction, I've literally only seen the one time when we watched it on opening night, and I'm
the
like,
theater.
I'm never watching this movie again.
It was pretty crap.
It was shitty. So there might be some bit that leads to why there's a war going on.
But dude,
But-
remember, in I think it was 2 and 3, I don't know what 4, I didn't see 4, there was always that asshole was fucking leave. Just fucking get off our planet. It's dude, they're here for future-proofing. Fucking leave them. Not fucking, just leave. They're not even the bad guys. I don't care. Just want them off the planet. It's you fucked us because you just want to show you have a massive dick to kick off these giant robotic assholes. It's dude,
Pretty much.
what the fuck?
Every movie has that jackass who's like
The jackass human.
the jackass human. Because in the third one, it was that fucking female director of whatever the fuck who's not taking anybody
In
seriously.
the second one, it was that guy with the glasses who gets parachuted out of the jet or plane.
No, that was the
What?
first one.
No, the first one was someone else.
The
No,
first
no,
one was
the
the
first one is
political guy.
when they discovered they were there, and that army dude. The second one was we need you to run combat evac, and they just push him the fuck out.
I'm talking about that guy. That's the second one.
That was in the second one?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe.
Had
I don't
EMP
remember.
pulse. Some dude vomited shit down a pipe.
In the fourth one, they were shooting at fucking Ratchet, who's running away because they're shooting at him.
Like, he's not even shooting back. He's just, leave me the fuck alone.
And then Ratchet goes like, "What's wrong with you guys? Like, I'm innocent." And then the guy goes, "Then why are you running?" And it's like, "Well, he's running because you're fucking shooting at him, dude."
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
And it's like, you shot first, I'm just gonna stay here? I know I'm a goddamn robot, but it'd be still fucking hard. Just goddamn.
I wish like some of the movie plot would actually apply to real life. Sir, why are you running? You're shooting bullets at me. What the fuck did you want me to do?
Exactly.
Yeah, you're shooting bullets that can kill me.
You're shooting at me because I took cover. I took cover because you shot at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Don't
like
move.
cause and effect.
Don't move.
No,
But
it's
he's
goddamn
tasing and
cause.
firing, and she's like, the fuck?
But yeah, the fifth movie, I'm going to give you a very, very, very vague detail right now because I saw the movie, and there is a scene that reminds me of Suicide Squad, and not in a good way. And he
Okay.
didn't like Suicide Squad anyway. But there's a scene.
Is it Captain Boomerang and the unicorn?
It involves introductions.
No, it's Boomerang Prime.
It ironically involves introductions, like the Captain Boomerang scene.
Oh my god. Please don't tell me they introduced the Knights of the Round Table. Like the Transformers versions.
Is it?
I don't even want to hear a yes or a no.
Wait.
I'm just gonna go.
That's all I
You're
want to
telling me they were here long when King Arthur was here?
Yeah.
Also, in this universe, King Arthur was real?
I'm gonna tell you this. Also,
One of the Transformers was the table.
They retconned a lot of things from the first movie. Because you saw Ironhide land on Earth for the first time in the first movie.
Yep.
No, fucking, he was been here before that.
Bullshit.
They retconned a lot of shit, dude.
Well,
Because even when the,
one
even
of them
in the
was
fucking
here for the pyramids. I can kind of believe that.
who?
You mean the Fallen?
The Fallen was here for the
Yeah, that's all. I can believe
Yeah,
that.
but they have pictures like showing the past and history and how the Transformers have helped in the wars, right? And one of the fucking pictures includes Ironhide, and it's like he wasn't there. He barely came to Earth in the
They
first
barely
movie.
fucking shut up. And they made a big deal in the fucking, I think it's the third movie. Yeah, it is in the third movie where it's like, yeah, we're here now. We can't fucking get off the planet.
When do you think Bumblebee came to Earth?
He came to Earth.
the first movie.
He'd been there a while already.
Sure.
But he's just a scout.
Sure,
But his radio-
in the first movie, do you remember?
Based on the car, I'd say probably somewhere between like the 60s and the 70s.
But in the first movie, do you recall there being
Jazz.
promotional videos that would show like satellite pictures on the moon or
Yes.
something like that, or Mars? And there was one of the Transformers with Bumblebee, was it not?
No.
Or at least it resembled him.
No.
There were two different Transformers. One was definitely like a Decepticon looking one, and one was like Bumblebee, I believe. But based on that, you can conclude that Bumblebee came to Earth after satellites were invented, at least.
Okay.
Or at least Mars rover. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay.
No, he's been around and he helped fight Nazis.
So he was a tank?
Bumblebee fought Nazis, but he was not a tank. He was an old World War II car.
Which I just don't believe.
Yeah. I believe it if he suddenly had Captain America behind the fucking wheel now.
Well, he
No.
didn't.
Because I vaguely remember something like that, but the whole thing of the video where it's like the Mars rover and then like it tips over, it's like, why did it tip over? And like the camera comes down, it's like big ass Transformer.
Yes.
That whole thing was because that was gonna be the Dinobots or something like that. It was gonna be this whole other faction of Transformers. It wasn't Bumblebee. It wasn't any character we knew already.
I think it was a proto form of Bumblebee, like before he got his model form and his car.
We may be thinking
I
of the
feel
same
like it
thing.
was
We may
Bumblebee.
be thinking of a different thing.
I think we're talking about the same
I
thing.
remember-
But I thought it looked like Bumblebee.
I
It's
remember
been a while since I've seen it.
It's true. I remember there had been a lot of discussion about who is this Transformer, who is it, because it has no resemblance to Bumblebee.
Well, it's definitely not a fucking Dinobot, that's for sure.
That might have been a rumor, but yeah. My theory of what the plot is for Transformers 5, Optimus has somehow gone rogue. He's talking to, I think, some female Transformer who's like, "Hey, I'll give you back
Merlin.
your priminess, or I'll give you something that you very
No, wait.
much want.
Morgan
If you-
Le Fay.
If you go back to Earth and you, I guess, kill Bumblebee, or you get the sword of Arthur, or you get the sword of the Knights of the Round,
The
or
sword of
whatever-
Arthur was
whatever the
currently
fuck.
being wielded by a human.
You're-
Okay, you know what?
I like where you're at,
Make it
but I'm not gonna
Optimus-sized.
approve or like say yes or no. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say I like your thought process.
It was
You know what'd be awesome? If like the sword in the stone was actually like a piece of a cube from fucking from the cube and from Transformers 1. That's why it had all power and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Had the wielder full of power.
Seriously.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, that would make no sense. It would make more sense if the sword itself was a transformer.
What Autobots and Decepticons do you think will show up?
I mean, at this point, I don't fucking know.
I liked it better when they fused. Not one fuse, but legit. Optimus transforms his Ironhide was somehow part lion. Transforms into an R and they do some combo attack.
That was the cartoon.
Yeah, I like that.
Transformers.
Was it Armada? No, right?
No.
It was
Planet Keys.
Yeah, the one with the Planet Keys. Transformers Cybertron.
Yep.
I believe.
Like I said, I approve of that transformation. Because Jetfire, he made Optimus awesome, but he died. Like, what the fuck was that? He could have just been a part of him, like legitimately give him power boost.
They also made Jetfire old as fuck. I do not like that.
Yeah, and I hate how old Transformers just automatically have rusty
Somebody
parts.
had a cane.
Rusty parts that fall off of them. I hate that.
Because like if you make it seem like Jetfire has just been here and he's all rusted as fuck. It's like the fucking the original
Bumblebee? He's been here
Decepticons.
since the fucking fighting the Nazis.
And he's not decrepit at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, or even that's the Fallen himself. He's fucking super ancient. And he's not rusted as fuck at all.
Oh, well, that's because he's one of the 13 original primes and shit.
Like, bullshit.
Well,
That don't matter.
Did suddenly one of his fallen apprentices kept leaking fluid or lubricant on him, like Bumblebee did to that one dude?
I mean, the only argument that can be made is that Bumblebee stayed active so he didn't rust, whereas Jetfire was like, I'm going to become a Blackbird and I'm just going to sit here for like 80 years.
I'd understand.
Which,
like
he's still not going to rust like that badly in 80 years.
I would understand a lot more if, for some odd reason, I just run out of Energon, dude. I was stuck here. I ran out of power.
Yeah.
Not just, fuck it, whatever, it's fuck you guys.
I absolutely hate how more humanoid the Transformers are looking as the movies progress.
Does it get that bad?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Do you remember Sideswipe?
Yes.
It was from one of the series where he's not from the Decepticons or Autobots. He's from like one of the other planets.
Yeah.
Where he can just change his logo whenever the fuck he wants. Listen, I'm a counter agent. No, fuck that. He's just here from one of the other planets just to fuck you guys
bastard. That's pretty cool.
That wasn't Sideswipe.
I just remember his name was Sideswipe. I know that's not his name.
Sideways?
There you go.
It could have been Sideways.
That might have been Sideways, because it wasn't Sideswipe. Sideswipe is specifically an Autobot.
Or one of the other planets where it's like, the Autobots to us are fucking ginormous. But one of the other planets, we're human sized to these other Autobots.
Gigantian.
Yep. Like, we could have just done something like that. Why the fuck is it still on Earth? Or bring in these other guys. The plot could have been way better. Stop trying to destroy the fucking Earth.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm worried that in Transformers 6... Like, and who knows if maybe they brought him in Transformers 5.
Planetary keys coming.
No, not that.
Wish you could fucking talk about it, but go ahead.
I'm worried that they're gonna bring in fucking Transformers.
They realize that the other planets are there?
Shut the fuck up. I'm worried that they're gonna bring in the Transformers like fucking Metroplex.
Oh,
Those like city-sized fucking Transformers.
And just make him gigantic beasts that don't talk.
I mean,
like fucking Grimlock. They
Metroplex.
ruined Grimlock.
Dude, what the fuck?
But Metroplex should talk. But
Yeah.
I'm worried that they're gonna
Metroplex
bring.
eats
But
the
they'll
whole last
likely
prime.
make him a hulking beast that just goes roar and just roar and crush things. He'll be dumb.
But then that wouldn't be Metroplex.
If
because
Michael Bay directs him, he will be Metroplex.
But it would be they would have to make like aside from making him move slowly because he is that fucking huge.
Yeah.
I don't think they would make him like that burly like hulking.
Where
kind
the
of
fuck is
character.
Metroplex gonna come from? The only other thing I can ever see them going for right now is go for the Nazca lines.
The what lines?
These lines you can see from fucking space. Drawings of a spider or a fucking lizard or something.
Ooh.
Where the fuck are they gonna go with Metroplex? At least the Nazca lines, these lines are made out of fucking limestone. This is
And
limestone is not even native.
he's not the only city-sized fucking
I know.
Transformer.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where the fuck are they gonna come with these things now? Because they're running out of shit in America.
And what makes you think they won't ruin Transformers if they... future Transformers if they already ruined current
You know
ones?
what? You know what? They might jump to the Omni Crisis.
You going back to fucking Overwatch right now?
Dude, I'm running out of ideas. I'm pulling at straws. At least it's better than Michael Bay. At least my
Shit,
story,
you're right.
At least my plotline is better than Michael
At least
Bay's.
it's coherent.
I mean, the whole Overwatch plotline is actually all planned out. We just don't know it.
I know, but I'm still saying, at least mine is better than Michael Bay's.
Yeah, him pulling that out of his ass is better than something Michael Bay thinks of.
Because the reason I'm concerned of how they're gonna ruin like the city-wide Transformers is because they're just so incredibly massive that for one they're not gonna look good, and two it's just gonna be I mean, all the Transformers movies are like this, but it's just going to be like fucking massive plot hole for us to be able to include fucking Metroplex.
You need to see this movie.
Guys, I got it.
Jesus Christ.
I got it. They find a dagger. They play it like a flute. The Dragon Zord comes up and becomes Metroplex.
My God.
No, Metroplex is way bigger than the Dragon Zord.
No, the Dragon Flute becomes Triptychon.
No.
Nah, fucking... Listen, Metroplex, way bigger than Triptychon.
No. You know what? They summon the Dragon Zord, which is the guardian to Atlantis, which is Metroplex.
That I could see happening.
Wow, that of all things.
Well, actually,
no, where it's like,
big enough
oh,
to
the
be a
lost
city.
city of Atlantis. Like, oh, it turns out the lost city of Atlantis
Is a
is
Transformer.
a fucking Transformer.
I see.
Like, I can see that happening.
Omega Supreme.
Oh, God, no.
The call of the last prime.
I always get chills when I see that trailer. When he holds up Optimus Prime in his little palm. He's like, I heed the call of the last prime. He's like, oh, I always get chills.
I love Megatron that game so much because he will stand and fight. He's not a punk bitch.
He ain't no punk bitch.
He will get crushed by Metroplex multiple times.
He's like,
and not give a
you
shit.
are literally 1,000 times. Your fist is 3 times my size.
And he's like,
I'm still gonna challenge you to a fight.
Decepticon cowards stand and fight. Blast, crush. You just get punched.
Crush.
To oblivion.
Die! Bring it on! I can take it!
God, he's so cool. I wish Megatron was no one's punk bitch in these movies because he's a punk bitch in the second one to freaking the Fallen. He's a punk bitch in the third one to the fucking Sentinel Prime. In the fourth one, he takes a backseat for Lockdown. And he's technically, to me, a punk bitch to humans because they give him a new name and he accepts that new name from humans.
Only in the first one.
Really?
Only in the first one is he like not at all a punk bitch. He's like, you failed me. I'm gonna fucking rip your fucking jaw off.
He kills Jazz. He is intimidating as shit.
Yeah.
Would you be okay with him being a punk bitch after like a great epic scene where he's legitly like in pieces and they brought him back to this? All right, I beat you by the code of the Cybertronian. You follow me now.
I guess it would make sense, but I want him to be like, in that case, he would be a starting character and try to dethrone him eventually.
Yeah,
because no one
that would make a better plot line. Like, okay, hold on, can we add more explosions? Fuck the plot. I'm gonna blow it up.
If you're gonna make Megatron a punk bitch, give him a redeeming arc where he overthrows that person in charge.
I think it was
because no one rules Megatron, right?
In one of the TV series, Galvatron takes over Megatron. And he's like, I've been doing all this horrible shit to people. What the fuck is wrong with me?
It's not Galvatron.
Unicron.
Okay, yeah.
And you're talking about Transformers Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
I like that ending where it's like, damn, this guy's way worse than me, and I've been doing this shit to people.
Yeah, at the very end of the series, it was an amazing ending. He says he now knows how it feels to be, I guess,
persecuted and not persecuted. I guess dominated,
and thus he has lost his taste for inflicting it on people, and I love that so much.
It's like that has a great ending. Like, can you go this route? No, you need an enemy. I'm so glad like the people who write the stories know very little about the universe and how that like if you'd done it right, this series would have taken off.
He's a great character because he believes he's the good guy here.
Yeah,
he's not
in the original. He wasn't this tyrannical.
No, he was a gladiator.
He was a gladiator who
he is a Zod
truly
character.
wanted to the best for the Transformers.
He is Zod from Superman. He believes he's doing the good thing for the most part.
No, he's completely different from Zod.
For the most part, I do understand. Like, he wants the Kryptonians to succeed.
True.
But he got kind of power hungry.
True in the sense that that Zod and him believe that they are the good guys.
That's all I mean.
But but that's true about any bad guy. It's like you could say you could say Megatron and Hitler are the same because they both believe they are the good guy
and doing something for the betterment of their world.
I was gonna say, what about Lex?
They believe in the betterment of their world, and they're going against one like a symbol of hope, like Superman / Optimus Prime. You know what I mean? In that way, they're similar.
Not really, because Zod wasn't after. He wasn't going after like, oh, Kryptonians are weak, like let's do like make them stronger. No, all he wanted was political power. He wanted power. He wanted to be the tyrannical leader. Okay. Megatron did not want to be the tyrannical leader,
but he felt like he was best suited for it.
He wasn't the tyrannical leader. No. At no point was he the tyrannical leader.
Megatron went to like the gladiator thing where it's like only the powerful should lead. At the same time, like, okay, we kind of need this. Like, what do you mean we can't destroy the Earth? Our people are dying. We need this power. We can't wait for an alternative solution. We need this now.
Right.
The Optimus is like, we can think of a better way. Like,
we can wait.
We don't have the resources. We need it now. Our people are dying out there, man.
Right.
Like, fuck you. It's like, no. We need this now. I'm going to save our people. Mm-hmm. It's like, I can understand why he does it, It's like it's conflict. It's like and
That's
code's
still
there.
that's still modern Megatron. Like OG Megatron wouldn't do that.
I know. I'm just saying that for people who don't know the comics.
I mean, the comics fucking change everything.
Or,
It's like in one of the comic continuities, fucking the Dinobots are ancient Transformers that landed on fucking Earth. And another version of the continuity,
how the fuck did they breathe fire?
They were created by
the OG,
Wheeljack.
they were created by Wretched.
Wheeljack.
It's Wheeljack. Sorry. In a different version of the Transformers,
Soundwave.
they're just actual like Transformer, like they're just like
You mean
animatronic
Sure.
like dinosaurs in a park or whatever the fuck that are brought to life and are now the Dinobots. It's like the comics don't fucking mean anything because they change all this shit.
Yeah. Well, it's,
The only thing that really, I mean, granted they are, I guess, kind of canon. The only thing that I really consider canon to Transformers are the OG 1980 whatever Transformers and the following movies. Transformers War for Cybertron, Transformers Fall of Cybertron,
Yep.
and Transformers Prime, the TV show.
That's
Primal.
fantastic.
Right?
No, he's talking about Prime,
Prime.
the recent one.
I thought you were going like Beast Wars.
Yeah,
Beast Wars is also technically canon.
All right.
Although I don't know if they actually accepted, what's the sequel one called?
The one with the Planet Keys?
No.
The one after the Planet Keys?
No. This is after Beast Wars, where they go back to Cybertron. Megatron is taken over, and
Oh shit! I don't know that one.
and it's like Black Arachne is now a good guy, and it's Rhinox is now a bad guy, and it's
Transformers
Ratchet.
Energon, Transformers Armada, Transformers. I'm just naming ones.
I know the series you're talking about. They somehow were able to leave.
It's like it's all CG and shit, right?
Yeah.
Like really bad CG.
Of course.
But for the 1990s, it was actually really good.
No, Beast Wars was like decent CG. This is just like holy shit CG.
Like, what the fuck?
I think
Yeah.
Red Trap also has like an organic Cybertron girlfriend.
That I don't know. I never got that far in that series.
I finished. I remember him
that series was not very
having
good.
like a relationship with some Cybertronian that cannot die technically. It's like, oh baby, you're alive. It's like, I'm a plant, bitch.
Where it's like
Something like
they're no longer fighting Beast. Like it's only like Optimus Primal and Rat Trap and crew that are still Beast, but everyone else is like cars and shit.
Yeah.
Which I think that's actually a sequel to the OG
Yeah, it is.
Transformers.
It's
Somehow-
it's sequel to the Beast Wars and somehow related.
No, it's sequel to Beast Wars, but Beast Wars in and of itself is a sequel to the OG Transformers. But it somehow
I remember,
leads to the beginning of the OG Transformers.
Optimus Primal is a descendant of
Optimus Prime
himself.
Yeah, so that's how we know it is a sequel, like way in the future. But the events that like in the ending of Transformers Beast Wars and Transformers whatever the show after Beast Wars was, it's kind of leading into the OG Transformers.
Somehow.
So somehow it's like leading into that. Not I don't think officially it leads into that, but it feels like it's this big loop. Anything else before we go? Because I got one last thing. What about you guys?
Did you want to say something about Baby Metal?
I did, and that was my one thing.
Perfect.
Go for it.
So, I've gone to many shows in my life. All of them are related to Japanese music or Asian music, because it's K-pop or J-pop or whatever the fuck. Like, I've gone to Perfume, and I've gone to, like, see Hyuna and, like, other stuff. And those are shows where it's like, even though you're in the pit, you can still videotape it. If you want to, you can take Snapchats and it's like, whatever the fuck. Baby Metal is a heavy metal band. That is not a show that you can fucking pull out your phone willy-nilly and record anything.
You gotta experience it.
You gotta fucking experience it. Because it's like, for one, I went with some friends. Two of them were these two tiny little petite Asian girls. So we got there, because I got there really early, we got very close. We were in the center and we were very close to the front of the stage. And I literally had to fucking fight to keep the mosh from like crushing these two little Asian girls. And there was a moment where like they're like this Asian girl's like, she's getting dragged away from the mosh. One of the dudes, it's like grabs a hold of her and now he's getting dragged along. It's like I have to grab him. The mosh was fucking intense. But once they fucking left, I just let myself go. I'm like, all right, I don't have to take care of anyone anymore. I just let
me.
Damn it! I'm gonna take that joke.
Because like we started off in like dead center, like really close to the stage. In protecting the girls trying to fight the mosh, we ended off like somewhere in the right, like further back than we originally started. Once they left and I let the mosh take me, I ended up dead center, like front of the fucking stage somehow. I didn't try to fight forward. I didn't try to fight backwards. Wherever the mosh went, that's where I followed it. And fucking it was incredible. I ticked off every single checklist of doing a heavy metal thing. I got a bruise, even though it was a tiny little bruise that I didn't notice until like 2 days later. I crowd surfed the fuck out of that crowd. I fucking was part of the mosh pit, and they have this thing called the Wall of Death, which if you don't know, it looks pretty much like there's one specific song that they do this with where everyone just clears the center. It's a big old mosh, and then it's suddenly like the song starts playing. It's like they clear the center. Everyone's like, there's big massive hole in the center.
So you're saying like somebody just became radioactive and it's just like open field.
Think of it as like that one kid that's like stinky in a cartoon, and there's just like the circle of everyone around them, like no one's going near them. It is that in the middle of a fucking aggressive as fuck mosh pit, and it's just open. It is dead. And then like the song's playing, and they have the baby metals waving the flags, and then they finally start singing. They do that little sound cue, and it looks like two fucking armies just rushing at each other. And I took part of that. They just rushed, and then they kind of like jumped on each other, and then we started going in circles. Oh my god, that was fucking incredible, and I can't wait to see them again.
So what you're saying is you need a harness and a GoPro to have it running as you're participating now.
Pretty much.
That would
body harness.
That would be difficult because I want to crowd surf
You should
again.
have like a shield in your left hand and a sword in your right hand, just like freaking first person view that shit.
No,
just Braveheart.
There's literally and aside from that moment, that song where they clear the middle and they do the whole like Wall of Death. In the front where it's like the moshiest of mosh pits, like it's really aggressive, you cannot fucking move. You exhale and it's like it's gonna be a fight to inhale again because you're being crushed. It was, although as aggressive as it was, there was 3 things that I noticed in that mosh pit that probably wouldn't exist in like a Metallica or whatever the fuck mosh pit. One,
so you're saying the U.S. shit?
The U.S. shit. One, some people fell down. Immediately, once anybody fell down, it's all right. Clear the room. Let's get them back up. All right, back to the mosh. Let's go. Every time, whenever that happened,
there were heavy metal fans, but they were cordial.
They were like, okay, somebody's falling down. Let's help them get up, and then back to the mosh.
You good? All right. Want to go back in? Yeah, let's go back in.
Other thing, I didn't notice this, but I was told about this. There's a motherfucking pregnant lady in the front of the mosh pit getting crushed like the rest of us.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't notice her. I wouldn't have noticed her anyway because I couldn't see anybody from like the neck down because everyone was just like body to body just getting crushed. The other thing, there was a fucking like 5-year-old girl in that mosh pit. How she survived, I don't know.
She just got born.
Alright, maybe I should have said it the other way around. But she was right there in the thick of the fucking mosh. She survived pretty much 80% of the fucking show before the dad like finally took her away.
She's a fighter.
And it's like, how the fuck did you survive that? Because like I'm a big like 6-foot motherfucker. I weigh like 200 pounds. It's like I'm having trouble staying coordinated. I'm having trouble staying up. Partly because my shoelaces are so fucking long. And it's just like I'm being crushed and I can't fight hard enough to actually make some room for myself because
she's going through her legs, man. Probably.
No, she was up high.
Okay.
What is she's able to swim through people?
I mean, there were a lot of people.
A 5-year-old swim maneuver.
There were a lot of people like crowd surfing. There was actually one girl, this one like Asian girl that was like really fucking hot. She was wearing a skirt. She went up there. It's like I've got full view of your ass and your cheeks and everything right now. It's beautiful. May have grabbed her ass. I don't think I never did it intentionally. But there were a lot of people that did crowd surfing. Most of them were guys, but there were quite a few attractive women, so I may have accidentally grabbed their ass. I wasn't paying attention because I was focused so much on baby metal and trying to breathe. But that is my one of the best events I've ever gone to because it's like Perfume. It's like cool, it's fun, it's entertaining. Hina or like CL or Girls' Generation. It's like cool. You can like chant and you can sing along. But fucking baby metal.
Baby metal.
It's like
Did you say there was a guy there who like if you had extra tickets? You could give it to this guy?
You want me to tell that little bit?
Promote him.
It's this guy called Poppy Metal because he is like a hardcore super fan because he will go to every show. If they're having a tour in Europe, he will be at every show in Europe. If they're having a tour in the US, he will be at every show in the US. How he affords this, I don't fucking know. But what makes him a cool motherfucker is because the group of people that I was with, they talked about how they went to Japan to go to a baby metal concert and they were scared, not necessarily scared, but they were concerned about because in order to buy Japanese stuff, you need to have a Japanese credit card and this and that. Unless you want to go see baby metal. And who knows if this extends to like other Japanese artists, but specifically to baby metal, it's like if any fan is going to baby metal, like if any one person is going to baby metal, that person is going to buy 4 tickets because that is the most you can buy. They're going to keep the 1 ticket for themselves because they obviously want to go. They're going to give the other 3 to Poppy Metal so that Poppy Metal can sell them at cost. It's not making a profit for the person who originally bought them or for himself. There's no profit involved. If it costs $52 plus $1.50 for handling fee, it'll cost the international fan $52 plus $1.50 handling fee. They sell those tickets to international fans so that no one has to deal with a goddamn scalper at all. They want only fans to be in those seats.
That's awesome.
And they go out of their way. So like if anybody listening, if you are a fan of Baby Metal and you want to go to a show in Japan, you go to the forums and you try to get a hold of Poppy Metal and you're like, hey, this is a show that I want to go to. He will hook you up.
That is awesome.
And that is fucking awesome.
For tickets, he can't get you a plane ticket there.
He can't get, like, all the shit is, like, you have to pay for your own shit there. But it's not like, it's like, if it's a sold out show, it's not a sold out show because, like, all the tickets are sold out because of whatever reason you think it is. It's a sold out show because if there's, like, say there's, like, 50,000 seats, 25,000 Japanese fans have bought those seats, plus an additional seat, so those other 25,000 can go to 25,000 overseas fans. There are literally no scalpers involved in any other shows ever because they fucking hate them with a passion.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I would
and
too.
that was incredible. And that is my whole spiel with Baby Metal. I can't fucking wait.
To go again.
Yes, hopefully with more people because it was definitely an experience. It is a show that you have. It is a type of show that you have to experience. You can't live it through a camera that you're recording. You can't relive it through the camera that you did record. It is a show that you have to be there. You have to be in the moment. You have to enjoy it in the moment, and then you will treasure it for your whole life.
And I think on that note, that is a good way to end the podcast.
I agree.
All right, I'm your host, Smokey, and he is
Gojira.
and he is
Rubber Ducky.
If you like our shit, feel free to like it, subscribe, leave a comment if you want. Laters.
Until next time, guys.
Peace out.